Hey guys, hope you had a great last week and weekend. This is Taylor from the Trading Analyst. We're going to take a look at the S&P 500 weekly chart. I'm also going to show you the Nasdaq as well as the Dow Jones on the daily time frame as well. So I'm going to go over several different things here, and I'm going to build the case of why I think the market could potentially head lower. Now I have a plan. Personally, a trading plan for both directions, both up or down, because at this point I don't think it's super obvious which direction we're going to head, but I am going to present some evidence to you which may suggest that we could see some lower prices here. So this is what I'm looking at. So this last week we did something that we've done only a few times in the last several years, 4 years. In the last 4 or 5 years, this has only happened a few times, and I'm going to show you each time it's happened. So what I'm talking about is this, and I call this a T-frac. This is when this is the weekly chart here, and you can see last week, or I'm sorry, the week before last, right here, closed over the high of the previous week, followed by this past week closing below last week's low. Okay, so it's just a big reversal. All right, so it's a strong close over the previous week's high, and then boom, only to close below the previous week's low. All right, so you might be thinking, no big deal, what does this mean? Well, I'm going to show you the last few times this has happened in the last several years, and it's only happened a few times, and I'm going to show you each one of those times. So you can see right here, this week right here closed over the previous week's high right there. Then boom, this week closed below the previous week's low. What happened after that? There was a big dip right there, and you can see this was just 1 week, but it took a pretty big dip, and it wasn't a while until we recovered. Okay, so again, this isn't the end of the world or anything. This is just some near-term downside, because you can see we headed lower here, but obviously after several months we ended up heading higher and even broke that high. Okay, so short-term downside right there. Moved big after that happened. The next time that happened was right here. You can see this week closed over the previous week's high right there, and then boom, the next week closed below the previous week's low. We headed a little bit higher after that, but then boom, headed much lower. Okay, then the next time this happened was right here. You can see this green candle right here, this green week, closed over the high of the previous week, right there. Only for the next week to end up closing below the low of the previous week. All right, so that's 3 times that's happened, and we've headed lower. Now I'm going to show you the time where we did not really head lower, and it happened. Okay, this time right here. You can see this week right here closed over the previous week's high, followed by the next week closing below the previous week's low. All right, and then boom, there was just a big reversal that happened after that. Okay, and we headed higher. Okay, so that's the time that we did not head lower. So 3 out of the last 4 times we've headed lower. Okay, so 75% of the time this has happened, we've headed lower. Okay. The one difference here, though, between this time that this happened right here and we didn't head lower, is that it actually gapped up. This red candle, it actually gapped up higher than the previous close of the previous week, and we actually made a higher high. Okay, so we made a higher high. Even though we closed lower, we made a higher high. Whereas this time and this most recent time, we made a lower high and we actually gapped down. We gapped down. All right. So when you get a big gap down, that's a lot more bearish than getting a gap up, and I'm making a new high. Okay, so something to pay attention to. The next thing that I want to show you guys is the daily chart. And all right, so what has just recently happened has happened a few times prior as well. I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about, and this is a false breakout. All right, so I'm going to show you this resistance right here. You can see that right there. Broke over that resistance over here, and then boom, we broke right back under it and headed lower. So that made this a false breakout. All right, that actually just happened recently, right about here. There's that resistance right here. We ended up closing over it, only to close right back under it. All right, so that makes this a false breakout. Okay, and after this massive move, you know, that's what you got to understand, that this move was crazy. I mean, we went virtually straight up with no dips. You know, if you look at this action here, it took a lot longer to reach a shorter distance. Okay, it took us from, you know, January to September to reach, you know, from 2,500 to 2,900. And right here, we went from 2,300 to 2,900, so almost double the distance in almost half the amount of time. Okay, so it's getting a little frothy up here. All right, so that's the one thing I wanted to show you. On the Nasdaq as well. Okay, I'm going to show you the Nasdaq. Okay, last time we had a false breakout over here, resistance, resistance, resistance. We break over that resistance, and then we break right back under it. We headed lower. Okay, obviously it was short-lived. After this big dip, we ended up heading higher, but still in the short term, we headed lower. All right, here's another time where it happened right here. Same thing. Here's that resistance, resistance. We break over that resistance here, and then we break back under, and then we headed lower from there. All right, that's just another example on the Nasdaq. Now, just recently, we just did that again. You can see right here. There's that resistance, resistance. Here it is again. We break over it, only to break right back under it. All right. Now, with all of this said, that doesn't mean the market is for sure going to head lower. I'm just presenting this to you. The odds are more in favor of a downside based off of what I've shown you. But the other thing I want to mention too is, let's kind of zoom in, is that to end the week last week, we actually had 2 hammer candles. All right, and normally, you know, I'm not a big candlestick guy, but when you have a hammer like this, and then you have another one that made a new low, but ended up closing over the previous day's high, the previous day's high, that could be a reversal signal. So what I see potentially happening is a short-term bounce, maybe up to these highs, and then maybe we'll head lower after that. Now I want to warn you guys, because last time I made this video, it was on a Sunday, before even futures opened, before we saw any kind of a big drop, and I was extremely bullish. And what happened was, on Monday, I instantly flipped to the short side, okay, and I actually made some money on that downside move. So please be aware that a lot can change within one day, and I can't necessarily update you in real time. My clients, my paying members, where they have access to me in real time, they are getting that information in real time. But for those of you that are watching this video on YouTube or on StockTwits, you are not going to get that advantage, okay? And that's why it's important, if you want these real-time calls from me, especially in a market like this, then you have to join and become a member, because I can't update you guys as quickly, okay? And a lot can change. So the reason I'm saying that is because right now I'm not super confident on the direction of the market, and it honestly depends a lot about what happens this week. I presented you the evidence of what I've seen. I've seen a lot more evidence out there, but again, a lot can change, and my confidence level is kind of mid-level. I'm almost neutral on the market at this point in time. I really need to see some kind of a follow through to the upside here in order to take some bullish plays, or if we get some kind of a gap down here on Monday, then that solidifies and kind of null and voids this reversal signal right here. So pay attention to these levels. Be aware of what's going on in the market. Understand that a lot can change in a day or two. And if you do want access to me and my analysis and my trades in real time as it's happening, then I highly suggest that you join our paid membership group. So that brings me to my next point. Why would you want to join our premium membership group? Well, plain and simple, our trades and alerts make money for myself personally and our clients. These are all of our trades here. The spreadsheet goes way down and shows all of our trades here. And you can see that our wins outnumber our losses. You can see that our average winner is almost double the size of our average loss here. And yes, we do have losing trades. Losing is a part of trading, but you can see the losses are very small in comparison to the average winner here. The average winner is about 40%, and the average loss is about 18%. So you can see here why our alerts make money. And you can see the total gains here for this model portfolio is at about $250,000, and that's following all of these trade alerts that we send out to members in real time. The entry is sent out in real time via text message. The exit is sent out in real time via text message. So if you'd like to make consistent returns in the market and you'd like to have access to my trades personally, then I highly suggest that you join today. Because if you've bought and sold trades at the wrong time and you've lost money and you're not confident about when the right time to get in or out is, then you can instantly reduce your losing trades and get started with the #1 options trading service on the planet. So what are you going to get when you join today? You're going to get the easy to follow real-time trade alerts, so you can never miss out on a breakout opportunity ever again. The entries and the exits are both sent in real time via text message to you. Here are some recent trade examples. If you remember at that time, you could have made some money with us. You're also getting access to the real-time portfolio tracker. It's our way of being 100% completely transparent with you. You're going to see all of our trades, wins, losses, break-even trades, everything. Apparently, there's a lot of other services out there who aren't tracking their trades. Plain and simple, that's because they're not getting results. We get results, and we're happy to share them with you. The next thing you're getting is the professional trading watch list. We cover all of our trades on the watch list ahead of time. Well, not all of them. Most of the trades get put on the watch list, so you're going to be well prepared for these trades ahead of time. You're also getting exclusive member-only videos, which you're going to be able to get inside my head, a profitable trader, and I'm going to explain exactly what's going on in the market. And unlike these videos that I make for you guys and the public, I'm updating these member videos multiple times a week, sometimes multiple times a day. Especially in a market like this, I'm making a lot of videos and making sure that my members are well prepared and know exactly what to expect in the market. When you join, you're getting that as well. The next thing you're getting here is access to our, and this is a bonus to you when you join today, it's access to our full education library. It's going to increase your knowledge immediately. We have an options accelerator course. It's going to bring you up to speed on how to do options the right way. I also teach my complete strategy that I use for all of my trades, most of my trades, and that alone is worth 10 times the cost of the membership. So just scroll down here, you're going to see everything you get: the trade alerts, the portfolio tracker, the watch list, the videos, the education library, all for a total value of $2,395. But for today, you can get in for $787 for the entire year. And this is going to save you a lot of money over time, as opposed to the other membership options. This is the lowest price we've ever offered here for the annual membership. I highly recommend that you join today before this offer goes away. So click that button. It's going to take you to the 100% secure checkout page. All you have to do is enter in your name, your email, your phone number. Make sure there's a valid phone number that you can receive text messages on, because this is how you receive the buy and sell alerts. Choose a password, scroll down here, enter in your billing information, or you can check out with PayPal right there. That'll take you to the 100% secure PayPal checkout page. Either one of those options is available to you. It's at your convenience. So once you do those things, you're going to get instant access to everything that we talked about today. Most importantly, you're going to get these real-time trade alerts that are going to finally allow you to make consistent returns in the market like you've always wanted to do. So I look forward to helping you grow your account on a consistent basis, and I really hope that you make that decision for yourself. I'll see you inside.